This segment is brought to you by Machinery Link. This year, rent your combine, own your future. We guarantee on-time delivery. Call today.
I'm Jim Shroyer, Extension Wheat Specialist at Kansas State University.
And I'm Erick DeWolf, Extension Plant Pathologist for Kansas State University.
And one question that we get every time, every year, every place is, what are the best wheat varieties to grow for my locality? And of course, wheat yields are the big thing. And you know, a variety this year may not be the best variety next year. So consistency over a general area is always good. A few years worth of data. You know, down in this area, we're fortunate we have Oklahoma State varieties to look at as well. We've got Nuva Wheats, Gallagher. We've got Ruby Lee to look at. We've got a few new Westbred varieties, Red Hawk and WB 4458. Cedar's been around a few years from Westbred, is a good one. It's a little short rascal, but it's a good variety. And of course, Everest has been a good variety. But besides wheat yields, now we have some diseases to think about as well. So Eric, what do you think?
Well, that's right. So some of our big disease enemies that we'd be trying to face in the south central area might be diseases like leaf rust, stripe rust, probably number 2. Maybe in this part of the state, the south central region, we might put barley yellow dwarf up there as well, and maybe a close fourth, the tan spot, septoria type of leaf spotting complex. So there are a number of diseases that the variety resistance goes a long way to trying to hold these things in check. In some recent years, some of our popular varieties, Armour, Everest, have lost some of their resistance, particularly to stripe rust. Everest's leaf rust resistance and barley yellow dwarf resistance is still holding up pretty well. So I think some of our more popular varieties are still hanging in there, although they have a few weaknesses now also.
But in this particular year, with the drought, the freeze, picking varieties is going to be tough for producers this year. You know, like our demonstration plot here, there's probably not going to be 5 bushel difference between, you know, high and low. So, and just the yield potential this year is so much lower. It's going to be much more difficult to select varieties. So again, we're probably going to have to look at historic, how the varieties have done over the past few years, and hope that we can forget about this year, the dry conditions, and plan for high yielding varieties next year.
Yeah, that's right. I think we'll probably use a lot of our disease ratings from previous years, and also some of those from some of our research colleagues where they have deliberately exposed some of the wheat varieties to certain diseases, and we'll use the ratings from those plots to keep things up to date. You know, Jim, one of the other things that often comes to out in many of our programs, or growers are asking, is what about acid soil tolerance here in the south central area? That might be a criteria that's important for
good point.
Varieties.
Excellent point. Really, 5.2 pH is where I start really getting worried. Of course, it would be good if everybody limed their soils, you know, when the pH got below 6. That would be probably the best bet, but sometimes that pH sneaks up on us. So really 5.2 is that tipping point. It's really not pH, soil pH that hurts the wheat. It's the aluminum that becomes available in the soil solution once that pH goes below 5.2. So there are some varieties that have some tolerance to low pH soils, like I mentioned, the Gallagher, Cedar, and WB 4458. And Red Hawk are not quite as good as Gallagher and Everest and some of these varieties, but they have some tolerance. Obviously, the worst variety on soil pH is Fuller, the K-State wheat. But so if you've planted Fuller and it didn't do well down in this area, you've probably got low pH soil. So low pH soils is something we really have to manage. Liming is the best bet. Adding phosphorus with the seed, and then variety selection.
Farming is a tough business. With harvest looming, make the decision to rent your combine from Machinery Link. Machinery Link provides late model John Deere and Case IH combines delivered to your field on time, guaranteed. Machinery Link handles the cost of repairs, maintenance, and the other hassles that go with owning a combine, allowing you to focus your time and money on more important things. Don't miss your opportunity to reap the rewards that other Kansas farmers are already experiencing. Call today.